Welcome to VTU Press. My name is Victor, and today let's talk about users package. Okay, on installing VTU Press, you get the resellers plan and then the customers plan. You understand? So we can actually create custom customer plan if maybe we have more than two, that's it, customer and reseller. And mind you, once a user is registering on your platform, they register as customer. They can later upgrade to any further plans. You understand? So now let's click on this reseller, which are all default VTO press plan. So now we are here. Okay, you need to pay so much attention to this particular lesson. Okay, let's disable this. First things first, we need to talk about creating a custom package. Right now we have the reseller and then the customer plan. Let's say we want to create another package called VIP and submit. All right, now we can find this. Oh, sorry, we can find the VIP plan right here. As you can see, we can find the VIP plan right here. Okay, now we can click on this VIP plan and then we proceed with setups. We can change this. Now let's say we are changing this country to Ghana. We want to view the plans we have here in Ghana. Okay, we've changed to Ghana, but this particular plan is not available in Ghana. If we click on the user package, we can't find the VIP here, and that's because any settings we are making, we must be aware that they are always isolated to the particular country we are creating them in. Okay, so we've created that plan for that VIP plan, that user VIP user package for the Nigerian audience. So we switched back to Ghana, we can't find that here, and that's because it's actually isolated for Nigeria. So now let's go back to Nigeria and then proceed with our lectures. You can actually click on that reseller plan to view the plans we have for Ghana. We can make our separate settings for that reseller plan for Ghana, but let's leave that for today and talk about this. Okay, now we have the tabs here. You can scroll, you can click on the upgrade and access, targets and goals, direct referral, generation setup, side reward, the help docs. Okay, let's talk on this. Let's talk about this general setup. Okay, all right, for this particular package, it is active. Do we want it to be recurring, meaning that if you set this to yes, every month the user must subscribe to this plan? That is, they have to be paying you every month to remain on this particular package. And now apply service bonus, apply provider bonus and apply service bonus. This we'll talk about in the bonus lesson. We don't have that for now. We'll talk about this in the bonus lesson. All right, we can come back to this upgrade and access. So this is the amount we want to charge users who upgrade to this particular plan. So any user is upgrading to this plan, they will have to pay the sum of 1,000 naira to be on this plan. Okay, now the upgrade bonus. Okay, how much are we giving back to the user? We can say we want the user to have 20 naira once they upgrade to this particular package. And now the PV. Now, like I said on one of our previous video, you need to understand the system, the network marketing system. That is, this PV is actually called point value. So if you're into the marketing space, you understand what I'm trying to talk about. So if you're not, you can actually study what they are. You can just make a research on that. Okay, now developer access, it is no. All right, this developer access, it's set to no. Now my current plan here in the front end, this is the user dashboard. It's reseller, as you can see from here. Now if we scroll down, there is no developer API. Okay, so let's set this to yes and save settings. Now let's come back here and refresh. Okay, let's scroll down. You can find it here. You can find the developers API here. So we can, that user can actually make use of the API All right. So let's come back to our configurations. If you come back to this, we have this. Now this transfer access is there is a service called transfer. All right. If you want this user to have access to transfers, that is, that user can actually make transfers, or that is to send money to another bank. We don't have this set up for as a service right now on our platform, so you can leave that. Okay. So for those who want to make use of the transfer feature, but you want to send money from your wallet to a Nigerian bank, or if you're in Ghana to the Ghanaian banks also, you can actually make use of this transfer access. Okay. Now target and goals. If we set this means you want the any user on this particular package to perform or meet a target every single month. If they don't, and they don't subscribe, they would be reverted back to the customer plan. So this monthly sales target is actually for those who are into some kind of should I make use of the word um, marketing system or so or thereabout. So basically that's just what this does. It makes sure that any user on this particular plan must meet up to a certain target before for them to retain on that particular plan. As you can see, if I set this to, let me just enter some values. Now, what this means is every month I, as a reseller, I must make up to 10,000 naira sales, successful sales. And now I must make up to 5 orders, minimum of 5 orders every month. And now the monthly referrals, I must refer like 2 people to this platform for me to retain or remain on this reseller plan, which I'm in currently. Now, okay, this direct referral means these are the bonus I want to give to my upline. So once a user upgrades to this particular plan, which I'm in currently, which is the reseller plan, my upline will definitely get all this you see here. So if I'm upgraded, let me say I upgrade to this reseller plan newly, so my upline will get 0 PV. So if I have 100 PV here, my upline gets that 100 PV. Now the bonus I'm actually giving, that is the amount I'm actually giving to my upline, will be this. So once I register on the platform, which has all this set up correctly and properly, and I upgrade to the particular plan, in this case I'm setting for reseller's plan, all right, and I upgrade, my upline will actually have 1000 naira sent to his wallet. It will appear on his wallet. Okay. Now the fund bonus is this. Fund bonus is this. How much should I give to my upline anytime I fund my wallet? So now the fund amount minimum, if I set this to 1000 naira, is that if I, as a referee, funds my wallet with 1000 naira, my upline will get a bonus of 100 naira. But if it is percentage, then that is, let me say, 2%. That is the number of percentage, like 2% of 1000 naira will be what my upline will be getting. So if left empty or zero, it will use the generation 1 fund reward from the generation setup, support flat rate, that is 2. My upline gets 2 naira, or 2% of the amount I'm funding with. The amount I'm funding with, not 1000 naira. You understand? So now I think maybe it's 2% of 1000. So if I am funding my wallet with 10,000 naira and it's 2%, so definitely I'm having like 200 naira, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? So that's because I have exceeded the threshold of the minimum amount to fund with. And now we have the fund count limit. How many times do you want to give the upline? Okay, let me use the word. How many times would my upline receive the fund bonus? So if I set this to 1, that means my upline will get this bonus once. You understand? We get this bonus once. So if I set this to 5, then they will get the bonus 5 times. So anything after the 5th count of funding, there will be no more fund bonus for my upline. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. That's about that. Now, generation setup. All right, this is where we work on generations. Like this place here, the previous one, we have, if this is zero, if this fund bonus is zero, then the generation setup, this fund reward will be given. So if I have this one as 5 and I have this one here as 0, so my, okay, my upline will be having 5 or 5%, 5 or 5% bonus. You understand? All right. So transaction reward is, for every transaction I make as a referee, my upline will be having 2% of the total amount. So let me say I buy something. Let me just use 10. I buy something of 1,000 naira. So my upline will be getting 10% of every transaction I make. So I myself, I must be a reseller, as I must be on this particular package before my upline can get the percentage here, as you can see. Now, what if this is just the default transaction, whatever? But at times I don't want to give the same percentage for all services. For example, now if I set this as 10%, then my upline will be getting 10% of whatever I buy on airtime. You'll be having 10% of whatever I buy on data. If I'm buying cable, if I'm subscribing for my TV, if I'm paying for my electricity, my upline gets 10% of whatever I'm paying. You understand? So now, override service. So right here you can set your different percentage. So I can leave this here at 0 and then set for data to be 10%, set for this to be this. So everything we have here would actually override what we have here. So please, I think this is in decimal point. So 10.0 is okay. All right. So 10.0 is okay. You understand? So I just say maybe it's 3.3. I hope you understand that. So this here overwrites the default transaction reward. Whatever thing we have here overwrites what we have here. I hope you understand. So let me revert this back to default 00. All right. Now tiered reward. This we'll talk about this more on the when we talk about the bonuses. We'll be having a separate lesson for bonus because it's a very large class, it's going to take time. So we need to just keep this particular video short and we'll talk about the bonuses in our next lesson. So thank you.